Hello everyone, it's Jamal Thomas. Welcome to the Progressive Soapbox. I saw this. I don't have a huge amount of time, but I wanted to respond and I want to kind of bring it up. This is from The Guardian. Donald Trump says United States military would not allow transgender people to serve. That's awesome. That's petty. That's awesome. I have certain feelings about the military that don't necessarily go with what most Americans think. I think the people who join the military for the most part are brainwashed into believing something that's not true. They believe that they're fighting for a country per se, this legal fiction of sorts. They're told that no, you can't necessarily murder inside the country, but once you go outside the government, it okays you to murder and kill people abroad and do very nasty and disgusting things. That's it. There's 1% of the country that made the determination to join the military. 1%. Whatever I personally think of them, the fact is they themselves, they're not necessarily doing it for their health. They are doing it because they themselves believe that they want to do something to represent their country. However I may feel about that, the core belief or the core feeling of that, I accept as genuine. I would prefer that focus and energy be put into other things, but fair enough. What they're doing is genuine. If you have somebody who's gay, transgender, any of the letters in LGBTQ, I don't care, and they themselves say we want to serve our country in the capacity of the military, along with the 1% of the 350 million people that are in this country, 1%. If they say they want to do that, should they be barred from doing that? That's the question. And do you honestly believe that the people in the military are so unprofessional that they can't accommodate people who have a difference in regards to how they view their sexuality? This has nothing to do with the military. This has everything to do with him being a small, pathetic, petty man with a religious zealot as his vice president. That is the reality of this. That is the pure reality of this. This has nothing to do with the military at all. This has everything to do with Donald Trump and the beliefs and nastiness that exists on the right and the religious right. Call it what it is. Decision marks a reversal of policy initiated under the Obama administration in 2016. Shouldn't have taken him to 2016 to do it, but at the very least he did it. At the very least Obama did it. Donald Trump said on Wednesday he would not allow transgender individuals to serve in the United States military in any capacity, reversing the policy put in place by Barack Obama a year ago. The U.S. president tweeted, "Oh, how professional. How professional. Why aren't you embarrassed by this?" The president of the United States is tweeting policy. He's tweeting policy, a reality show host. Good job, Democrats. The United States president tweeted, "After consultation with my generals and military experts, please be advised that the United States government would not accept or allow transgender individuals to serve in any capacity in the United States military." He added, "Our military must be focused on decisive and overwhelming victory. It cannot be burdened by the tremendous medical costs and disruption that transgender military would entail." The military wastes $1 trillion a year. They spend $1 trillion a year. Think about that. He's talking about military waste. There was an article, I think it was in the Washington Post, of billions that they just lost immediately after 9/11. 2.1 or 3.2 trillion dollars. Rumsfeld came out and said immediately just before 9/11. There's a video on YouTube. Rumsfeld says we lost track of $3.2 trillion with a T. He can't be focused on the cost. This is your reality show host. Now, no, it's not that huge of a deal in the sense of people being hurt or anything else. And no, of all the things in the world, it's not the most massive thing in the world that we're dealing with. It's not really the point. If you're having a society in which you're saying you have a free society, the people in that particular society should be able to serve within capacities of that society. Meaning you don't discriminate against people against their sexuality when they want to do something in your particular government. Whether that's being president, whether that's serving in the military, whether that's being a teacher or anything else. They have just as much right as an American citizen to serve in the military if they want to serve in the military. It is an embarrassing day. It is an embarrassing day when a reality show host, president, that limped his way into the White House as the most unpopular president in the history of presidents, reverses a policy that most of the country is probably okay with, and I would guarantee that the military is probably okay with. This is embarrassing. This is embarrassing. By the way, what victory are you going for? What's the victory? What's the victory? The United States military has been setting fires in one government after the next. And to be fair to the military, it's not the military, it's the policy or the people who are pushing the military to do those things. The military is acting at the behest of people who are pushing them to go into one country after the next and destroy those countries. So I can't necessarily completely point a finger at the military in this sense. It's the people who are putting the military out there. I'm making the point that there are no victories. There are no victories. You're not getting victories. You didn't win in Iraq. You're not winning in Afghanistan. There's nothing that you're going to do in Syria to make the place any better. You're destabilizing the region. You're failing at a massive level. And you're spending trillions of dollars to do it. You're spending $1 trillion a year to go hunt down people in caves. Understand what we're talking about. Understand what we're talking about. That's not really the point. I guess the point I'm trying to make is what you're saying about overwhelming victory is absurd and has no basis in reality. What you're saying in the sense of the overwhelming medical costs is absurd. It has no basis in reality. This is a religious decision based on Trump either leaning to the religious right, leaning to, what's his name, or just being an asshole. Just being an asshole. A small, what's the word for it? I want to say homophobic, but it's not. Xenophobic is maybe the better word. It's this thing of not having the capacity to understand anything outside yourself, anything that's different than yourself, and completely unempathetic to the things and goals that go on in this country. If you honestly believe that the thing that needs to be adjusted and tweaked in this country is to keep LGBTQ out the military, you're fucking ridiculous. This is what you get when you get a reality show host as president. And this is what you get when the Democratic Party runs the most hated candidate in the world. It ends up with this particular person winning. Good job. Good job. This is an embarrassing day. The Republicans, the Trumpsters. Here's your guy. He's embarrassing. He's embarrassing. So yes, Donald Trump. People who would like to serve in the military. The 1% of the people who actually do serve in the military. People who want to serve in the military. Donald Trump is saying, no, we don't like your kind. We don't want your type. And we are going to discriminate against LGBTQ who wants to actually participate in this country, or the functionalities of this country, or at the very least the militaristic aspects of this country. Good job. We still have segregation in America. Donald Trump. Thanks.